Remember, life is too short to stay in a job that doesn't make you happy. Don't just accept that this is how life is and everyone is like this. No, your life is your own. You decide what to do with it. Please hit subscribe to the show and leave a review or comment about how you find this episode. Knowing when to leave a job is extremely important, but figuring out the when can be tough. This can be one of the hardest decisions to make, but it's also essential for your personal and professional growth. That's why today I'm going to talk about 8 signs that indicate it is time for you to change. Number 1, you feel constantly unhappy. And this is the most obvious sign. And it's not just about a bad day or a week. I'm talking about the deep, persistent unhappiness that lingers even when things are doing well. What can make you unhappy at work? Unfortunately, the list can be quite long. Micromanager boss who wants to control you all the time, or unclear expectations, and no matter how you try, you never achieve. Constant conflicts with colleagues, generally unsupportive people around you, and many more. Now, some people can be unfazed and they can continue to carry on, but if you dread going to the office and feel deeply unhappy, then you should stop and ask yourself, why am I doing this to myself? Because when you are constantly unhappy, it can drain your energy and motivation, and it's difficult to perform at your best. And this creates a negative feedback loop where your unhappiness leads to poor performance, which makes you even more unhappy. Number 2, you're not learning and growing. We all need to feel like we are progressing, learning new skills and taking on new challenges. If your job feels stagnant, you're not just bored, you're being deprived of a basic psychological need. When we stop learning, our brain starts to stagnate, and this lack of intellectual stimulation can lead to feelings of frustration and a lot of dissatisfaction. In the modern work environment, continuous learning isn't just beneficial, it's absolutely necessary. Industries evolve, technologies change, and staying stagnant can make you feel left behind, and it's not only feeling, it's a fact. If your job isn't offering opportunities for growth, it's not just holding you back, it's just impacting your future career prospects, because the pace of change is so fast that you will not be able to catch up. Number 3, you're staying only for the paycheck. Now, money is important, but it shouldn't be the only reason you stay in a job. If you're only motivated by a paycheck, you'll be likely feeling disconnected from your work. And let's face it, money cannot buy happiness. It can buy happiness to a certain extent. Beyond meeting your basic needs and providing comfort, the additional income doesn't significantly improve your happiness at all. And when you're staying just for the paycheck, it's very likely that you're ignoring other crucial factors that contribute to job satisfaction, like passion, purpose, and personal growth. And over time, this can lead to a deep sense of dissatisfaction and regret. Number 4, your abilities are overlooked or not utilized. It's incredibly frustrating when something like this happens, and it hits hard on your self-esteem and sense of purpose. According to the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, self-actualization, which means achieving one's potential, is a fundamental human need. When your abilities are not utilized, you're being denied this opportunity to become the best of yourself. And in a work environment, it feels as if they have forgotten you, even though you've raised your hand and you asked for new opportunities, new assignments, you offered your skills to help for the future, but they overlooked you. Not being able to use your skills can lead to feelings of inadequacy and frustration, and you can feel undervalued and unimportant, which affects your motivation and engagement. Number 5, your core beliefs don't match the environment. Values and culture do matter. And if your core beliefs don't align with your company's culture, you will always feel out of place. And this can create constant sense of tension and discomfort. Imagine you're someone who is collaborative, but the work culture is such that people don't like to share. They don't work together because they simply don't like to share the spotlight. Or worse, they work with you only so they can claim your work for their own. Imagine you like transparency, but at work, people keep their cards close to their chest and make you guess all the time. So going through these choices day in and day out can be quite emotionally taxing. Not to mention that over time, you might be asked or forced to compromise on your beliefs and principles, leading to inner conflicts and stress. Over time, it can erode your self-esteem and overall happiness. Number 6, you're constantly stressed, anxious, and you cannot sleep. What can cause this? Tight deadlines, not enough people to do the job, ever-growing requirements and job tasks, unrealistic expectations. And it seems that everything is urgent, you cannot prioritize, must be done now. Normally there are peak days and weeks, but there is a down period to catch up on sleep and rest. Well, there is no such down period. Things only accelerate, and before you know it, you're chronically stressed, anxious, you cannot sleep. And these are serious indicators that something is wrong. You have to stop and consider them. When work is a constant source of stress and anxiety, it affects not only your job performance, but your entire life. It can lead to burnout, mental health, and even physical health problems. So it's very serious. You have to watch out for that sign. Number 7, you often think about leaving, but you have no courage to do it. So if you often dream about it, you're not alone, because fear of the unknown is paralyzing, and our brain likes familiar patterns. Anything out of the ordinary is perceived as life-threatening by our brain, which is surely not true, because 95% of our fears will never happen. They're just in our brain, and they will never materialize. So staying in a situation that makes you unhappy due to the fear that is so irrational, that's such a missed opportunity. That's why it's important to weigh the risk of leaving against the potential benefits and consider what you might be missing out by staying put. And last but not least, point 8, gut feeling. Deep down, you know it's time to go. Sometimes you just know. That gut feeling is powerful. It's your subconscious mind processing information and sending you subtle signals that something is not right. Neuroscientists have found that our gut feelings are often based on subtle cues that our conscious mind cannot immediately recognize. So if you listen to your gut, if your gut tells you to do something, stop, analyze it, go back in time, and remind yourself if there were other situations where your gut feeling was right, and follow it. So recognizing these 8 signs is the first step towards happier, more fulfilling career. And if any of these resonate with you, it might be time to consider moving on. Remember, life is too short to stay in a job that doesn't make you happy. Don't just accept that this is how life is and everyone is like this. No, your life is your own. You decide what to do with it. Now, if you're looking for support in navigating these transitions, making decisions about these signs, I am opening my exclusive community in September, where we are going to help each other adapt to new realities, grow careers, amplify our brands, and help each other demystify these signs, notice these signs, and make a plan of how to move on. So if you want to join, click the link below and make the first step to a better future. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. If you like this episode, please subscribe or leave a comment and share your thoughts. I would love to hear from you.